Let's break down the video settings in Cornucopias and how they affect your performance so you can find the right balance between visuals and smooth gameplay. First, a little terminology: FPS. FPS stands for frames per second, and it determines how smooth your gameplay looks and feels. Lower settings often boost FPS, but they can reduce visual quality, so balance is key. Now, a quick note on VRAM. That's your GPU's memory, and it's shown in the bottom right corner of the settings menu. Just keep in mind, it's an estimate and may not always be exact. To track FPS and VRAM in real time, press Windows plus G to open the built-in Windows game bar, or use third-party tools like MSI Afterburner for more detail. Now let's get to the settings. I'm going to start with presets. If you're looking for a quick way to adjust everything at once, this is where you want to start. You can choose low, medium, high, ultra, or custom. Ultra is only reserved for the very top-end cards, so we only recommend using this setting if you have an RTX 4090, 5080, 5090, or the AMD equivalent. I'm going to select custom so I can show you all of the individual settings that are automatically set when you choose one of the presets. Now let's go through each setting, along with the level of performance boost you can expect if you turn them down. Window mode, full screen, windowed, or windowed full screen. We recommend using full screen for the best quality. However, windowed full screen may give better performance. Resolution, lowering it boosts FPS, but things may look less crisp. Adjusting this can have a high impact on performance. VSync prevents screen tearing, but can increase input lag. Turning it off can help FPS. The impact of this setting, I would say, is average. FPS limit. Capping your frames can help with heat and power draw, especially on laptops. Hardware lumen. This enables hardware accelerated ray tracing for lumen. Lumen allows highly realistic and dynamic lighting and reflections. Disabling this can dramatically improve performance. Since we already covered the presets, let's move on to resolution scale, another major performance saver. Lowering this reduces internal rendering resolution. You can see significant results by setting this anywhere between 75 and 25%. Anti-aliasing smooths out jagged edges. Turning it down can give a decent FPS bump. Post-processing. Things like depth of field, lens flares, and motion blur. Shadow quality. This one is pretty self-explanatory and can be very demanding. Lowering it can give you a solid performance boost. Global illumination controls how light bounces. It offers great visuals, but expensive to render. This, along with hardware lumen and resolution scale, are among the biggest performance factors. Reflections. Again, fairly self-explanatory. This controls reflections of things like water or mirrors. Lower this for a noticeable FPS gain. Texture quality. This setting is tied to your GPU's VRAM and adjusts the sharpness and detail of textures. Lower if you notice stuttering or for an average performance increase. Visual effects. This relates to things like particles, smoke, and explosions. Foliage controls grass and trees. Lower can help in outdoor areas such as Solace 1, 2, and 3. Another setting that can have a high impact on performance is shading. Shading impacts lighting realism. And that pretty much covers everything. A lot of this will come down to trial and error, but if you want the best overall experience, don't be afraid to go in and start moving sliders around. You can always return to a preset. One final note, people running on lower-end hardware may be tempted to just select the low preset and call it a day. This can cause things to look a bit blurry. Instead, try setting it to low, then change to custom, and try turning resolution scale up, as well as any other individual settings, until you achieve the desired balance between performance and visual quality. If you have more questions, feel free to ask the Cornucopias community on our official Discord server. Hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.